Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. It is our Borough Council Caucus meeting, September 11, 2025. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you so much. We apologize for our tardiness. We had some business to handle before this. Our solicitor will announce that later. Can we proceed with roll call, beginning with our esteemed mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. Mayor Rowan Hepkins.
Present.
President Latoya Monroe.
Present.
Vice President Liana Roadclough. Councilor Nicole Beatty.
Present.
Councilor Antoinette Trueheart. Councilor Michael Trent.
Here.
Councilor Jesse Peets is here virtually. He's slightly under the weather. All right. Councilor Lorraine Johnson.
Present.
We have Kyle Miller from our solicitor's office, Kilkenny Law.
Present.
We have Nafis Nichols, our finance director.
Present.
Yolanda Hughes, our tax collector, is not with us this evening. And we have Megan Tadar from Pinoni Engineering.
All right, thank you very much. Next, we will move on to our citizens forum. I don't have any forums. For anyone wishing to speak. All right, next up is our mayor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. My formal report will be submitted next week at legislative, but I do have two things to underscore at this point. I want to thank everybody who came out to the Mayor's Forum last night, especially the council members that keep supporting our effort to reach out to our residents. It was very, very well received. We had our First Lady give a special presentation on Medicare and Medicaid, how that impacts us, what it is, how it impacts us, and what some of the legislation will mean as it takes hold, and from a macro to micro standpoint, how it affects public safety. So I want to thank all the residents who came out and really appreciate your spirit. I really saw something special last night. So I was very proud as your mayor to experience that. Today's 9/11, 24th anniversary of that solemn incident that occurred 24 years ago. So we are flying our flag at half staff as everybody else. And let us take a moment of silence, if I could call for that, to just remember those victims at this time. Thank you. There ends my report, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have our manager's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Along with the finance director, we've had several meetings with the police and public works unions regarding the upcoming contract renewals. Both are set to expire in December 2025, and we are relatively close finalizing some minor details. And we should be able to present the structure of that to council for review within the next week. Yeadon Borough, there was an executive session council held on August 28th to discuss legal matters, as well as an executive session right prior to this session to discuss legal, real estate, and personnel matters. Last year, Yeadon hosted a successful blood drive, and there will be another one on Friday, this should say November 21st, on the second floor beginning at noon. Flyers and sign-up instructions will be posted on the website. And then motions that I will ask to be presented to council next week will be formalizing the one-way directional changes via ordinances on McDade Boulevard between Church Lane and West Cobbs Creek Parkway, as well as the relative once weekly no parking ordinance. And then lastly, the Yeadon Borough Summerfall newsletter is under final edits and will be set to print next week. That's all I have, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have our solicitor's report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to mention that we've been working through some of the abatement claims and tallying up some totals for some progress that we're making on some problematic properties. Attorney Deanna Williams from our office has been pivotal in assisting with that mission, and it seems like we're better organized and still awaiting a few more coming in, so we should make sure that everything's in under those deadlines. Also, along the lines of code enforcement, we have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow for a problematic property here in the borough that is now bank-owned, so we're discussing strategies moving forward and roles and responsibilities regarding a likely demolition of the property. But I know it's been an eyesore and a hazard, and it has been fenced off, and it's just sort of a nuisance. So hopefully we can come to some sort of a resolution, and we will have an update for council at that time. And lastly, as always, continuing to monitor ongoing litigation, responding and corresponding with opposing counsel, court administration, and I believe we have a few status conferences and things scheduled for the upcoming days and weeks. So again, if there are anything to be resolved within the litigation sphere, we'll certainly provide an update for council. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Is that the property on Church Lane, what you're referring to?
No, actually, Fern Street,
Burn Street?
725.
What about the one on Church Lane? Is that up for demolition or?
Not yet. We've been in efforts with the insurance company and the homeowner, but it is not at that stage just yet. We've officially, our code director has officially condemned the property properly. There are a few steps to get to demolition now.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have a tax collector's report?
No, Madam President.
Engineer's report.
Good evening. I have some project updates. The first one is the road program is scheduled for mid-October. The roads include Yeadon Avenue from McDade to Allen and Parkview Boulevard from South Longacre to Angora. Once we have an exact date for that, we'll make sure that the borough is notified so any notices can go out, and that the contractor is notifying the affected residents as well along those roads. Over the past month, we've been working with Catherine and Rafi on some cost estimates for building upgrades regarding Public Works, Borough Hall, and the library. So some of the estimates is ongoing. We completed, there was discussions about various stop sign warrants and studies, and we completed that, sent a memo on that last week, I believe that was. So I just wanted to update that. The Church and Bailey intersection right outside the intersection improvements that we've been talking about, we did complete our first submission to PennDOT and received their comments. So we'll be addressing those and getting them turned back in so we can proceed and hopefully get a permit soon. A few months at least. And the last is at the end of the month, September 30th, the borough's MS4 annual report is due, and we'll be working to prepare that and submit it by the end of the month. That's everything I have, unless anybody has any questions for me.
President. Yeah. There was one question that we got from a resident the other day, status update on the proposed demolition at 1219.
We have been hounding that contractor. He's been very patient with us while we got our approval, and apparently there's been a lot of emergency demolitions. Unfortunately, Longacre does not constitute an emergency. We just reached back out, pushing for a pre-con meeting, which we're trying to set up. That is still happening, and I'm trying to get that scheduled as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Have a good evening.
Thank you as well. Next up, we have our finance report.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Next week, finance will be asking for an approval of an AP list, an approval of a cash balance report, an approval of a healthcare agreement with Delaware County Intermediate Unit, who handles the healthcare for the consortium in which we're in. There will be a 6.3% increase in healthcare for the 2026 year. The agreement that I'm asking you to consider pretty much locks us in so that we can continue to get the group rate that we get with the other municipalities. It's a 2-year agreement. There also will be a consideration for the delinquent tax sale agreement that we do every year. Those agreements come every 2 years as well, and it's time to renew that. Budget for the 2026 season, we're still on target. Department heads have until the 15th of this month to submit their requests. They have been coming in. We are working with, Mr. Cave mentioned earlier, both of our CBAs, collective bargaining agreements, so that we can have something concrete for council, fairly close to an agreement, well, a proposed agreement for you to consider. And we will run all of those numbers. And outside of that, Madam President, I will post to the website tomorrow the report, the quarterly report, finance report that we never had a presentation, but it's a document that will be posted to the email to you all and posted to the website tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much. Next up, we have ordinance and zoning.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Lamar, for all that don't know. I'm a code director. And here's my report. We've been having major issues with the shared driveways, with the help of Councilwoman Roadplow and the code department team. A lot of driveways have been getting repaired. The shopping driveways have been getting repaired, getting fixed. We just had one big section done over there in Park Place. It's like 5 or 6 properties they got together and they actually just repaved the whole thing. It's like 2 properties left that hasn't. Yeadon Shopping Center is finally all paved, lines painted, good to go. We're now working with we had several stores over there that was shut down. A couple stores shut down because of the severe problems that they were having. So we shut them down for a little bit, but they are up to good. Reopen. We are working with police and the fire marshal now for best serve for the cars that's still parking in the painted fire lanes with signs that says no parking. So we're working that out to see what we can do to show them that you can't park here, fines, so whatever we can do in that aspect. Next week, I will ask them for a proposed motion. My first few months here as the code director, I observed that a couple businesses are not up to code or up to par for the completion, for the life safety of the community. And we want to propose an ordinance for a annual commercial UNO inspection to be done. So we'll be bringing that forward. And just a reminder for everybody, fall is approaching. Make sure your trees are not going into the power lines. If they are, please cut them, because that can be a cause for a power outage, as Yeadon has that problem from time to time. So make sure we are taking care of those properly. And abandoned vehicles, that is the ordinance code of 20-69. Vehicles under TARP or private property, under a TARP or private property, need to be permitted. Violation notices will be actively circulating. If you need a permit, if you need a permit for your vehicle, you can come onto the 3rd floor and we have those for you. That is all I have.
Thank you. Next up, we have public safety. I'm sorry, public works. Okay.
Thank you, Madam President. For yard waste drop-off, it will be tomorrow from 8 to 2 at the Public Works Garage. And e-waste drop-off will be September 26th from 8 to 2. Just some announcements. Leaf collection will begin on October 13th, just an FYI. And Trunk or Treat will be held on October 25th at Kerr Field. For projects throughout the borough, PICO is very busy throughout the borough, specifically at the end of this month and into October. So at the end of this month, around the 29th, they will continue their upgrades on Union Avenue. And I really appreciate everyone's patience. I apologize that they will be continuing on the 29th. That's the date they gave me. And PICO sent out a letter and we posted it to the website. Later on this month and into next, they will have a vegetation assessment. And they will be doing that with the Davy Group. And into October, Asplin will come out to do some tree trimmings or tree removal based on that vegetation assessment while they're upgrading new poles to be stronger and have some aerial wires become more tree resistant. So they're doing some upgrades with their wires, basically into next June, but that's more specific for this month and into next. And then for just some grants that we have coming up for workforce development to get the staff that are in Public Works with CDL, the commercial driver's license, we will be applying each staff member as they come with seniority to get their CDL covered by that grant. And that's a rolling basis. There's no deadline for that one. We have a DAR grant identified for Graceland Cemetery for some beautification and to get some proper monuments there. And I want to thank the Historical Commission for all their help with that and the Graceland Guardians, especially Councilman Peets and Councilman Trent. I really appreciate all your help with that. In tandem with that effort, the VA has a claim form for new headstones and markers that we will be applying for as well. So that also is in tandem with that grant, but it's more of a claim form. And the LSA grant is open and it closes in November, and we anticipate applying to that for facility upgrades, as Megan mentioned earlier. Lastly, we had an emergency call out on the evening of the 19th of August for a transformer fire on Chester Avenue. And that was one of our emergency call outs.
When you mentioned the cemetery, you said a DAR grant?
Yes, ma'am.
With the acronym?
Daughters of American Revolution.
Oh, okay.
Apologies. And that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's skip over public safety. Public safety.
Good evening, all. In the month of August, the police department responded to 1,004 calls for service. It was a busy month. We had 14 criminal arrests for the month. There were 4 non-traffic citations issued, 29 moving violations, and there was 1,047 parking tickets issued. I had the opportunity during the month to go to the library and speak to their youth group, and some other people came in, some seniors came in. It was a great opportunity. And we also want to thank everyone who participated in National Night Out for August 5th. It was great. Many members of council showed up. The mayor showed up. We had a really good turnout, and we really appreciate it. And here comes the list of requests for next week. If any questions on the report before I go into the list. Okay, next week, we're going to be asking for permission from council to seek approval from the Civil Service Commission to advertise and hold testing for the position of police officer. The list that we have now, without getting into personnel matters, is basically done, the current list. We have no one to choose from the list anymore, so the list is exhausted, so we're going to need another list and we do have an open position for police officer currently. I'll also be requesting a resolution to apply for the local share grant, statewide grant, through the Department of Community Economic Developments for approximately $250,000 for vehicle, to equip us with more vehicles for the police department. And the borough manager touched on the amendment, so I won't go into that. So that's my request. That'll be for next week.
Okay, not too bad.
And with emergency management, I'm just parlay what the mayor said. First Lady was out and she spoke about the crisis in depth, what we're going through with the crisis with the 302 commits and the hospital situation. And we appreciate her coming out and illuminating the subject. And that ends that report too. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the fire department obviously is not here.
All right. Next up, we have our planning commission.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. So we held a meeting about a week ago with our borough manager, our engineer, one of the business owners of the 700 block, and it was in reference to what with the grant that was secured by our engineer, so we could begin to discuss the look that we want to see in that area. We're talking about the street. We're talking about the landscaping in front of the businesses, the sidewalks, the facades, the signage, any flags, even down to the trash receptacles, because it is our desire that what is done there, we want that to be the pattern for expanding all along Church Lane in our business districts. So there was a good meeting, and we will be continuing that discussion. So, and the business owner that was present, I believe we'll be reaching out to other business owners as well, because we need input from the folks that are there as well. And we'll continue that discussion as we move forward with that process. I was invited to a meeting by the DVRPC. They wanted to present their strategic plan over the next 10 years. I was invited as being a member of, for what I do during the day, but also being a member of the municipality. And they wanted to present what they were doing and how their 5 points, traffic, business development, streetscaping, all of that across the board, and then how they could then be a resource to the municipalities, and how we could work together with them as well as on the county level, which we've already begun those discussions with the Delaware County Planning Commission to look how we could be more collaborative in our efforts. So that was also a good meeting, and it was also beginning of a good relationship that would be helpful to us. The last thing that I can bring up is we've had several residents, come to different members of the Planning Commission wanting to know why we can't have our own zip code. So I said, well, let me, first of all, and I understand, but what I need to put forth to council is, before we proceed with getting any information, getting public comment, in order to pursue that, do we need to have approval by council?
No, we started that process with before. And we're guided to the Congresswoman's office so that we can do it, because it was a federal thing. There's a file that we started. They gave some explanations. We can look at it again.
That'll be great.
Most certainly, but there is a file there.
That'll be great. And we have, there is a zip code that is available. So, so thank you. So that ends my report for now.
Thank you. Do we have a representative from the library?
Good evening. So what prepared, but I just wanted to thank everyone for the community day that we had on Saturday. The Friends sponsored for the 30th year anniversary. It was an excellent turnout. Bingo is coming up on October the 4th. Tickets are on sale at the library, and the library now has library things. So it's not just books that you can check out, but we have drill sets, large games. If you look on our website, you see a list of all the things that we have. And we also have a CD library. So if you want to come in and get some CDs, the plan, we have those as well. That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Do we have to bring the seeds back?
No. Once you take them, there.
All right, next up, we have recreation.
Right, good evening, everyone. So the Recreation Committee met this month on September 2nd, and after our summer break, and we talked about a lot. It was a great meeting. We have some things coming up, as you are well aware of. We do some things every year. We do the Veterans Brunch, which is coming up on November 8th. If you need a flyer, they're out in the lobby area there. And also, we will be doing the holiday event as we did last year. In regard to the Veterans event, please spread the word with your families and friends that were current and past members of the military. and also with some of our other upcoming events. So going forward, we would like to do some different things for 2026. We were discussing possibly doing a bus trip to the Smithsonian in not in December, I'm sorry, in February for Black History Month, and partnering with the library for their Black History Month event. So that we will further develop as we get closer to. So that's just some things that we have coming up. So please keep your ear to the ground, and if you have any questions about any of our events, please contact myself or Roy. And again, spread the word about our upcoming events. Thank you.
Good evening, council.
Roy, I'm sorry. Our next meeting for recreation is October 7th via Zoom at 7 p.m. I'm sorry.
Good evening. The veggies are still going on. No veggies next week. We'll resume on the 24th of September and run through probably the second week in November. So we'll have some things for Thanksgiving. We have our doggy waste bags are in. There, I left a supply out on the table. We'll soon have also the bookmarks. Those of you who used the bookmarks last year, how did that work out?
Very well.
Very good. Okay, so we'll have the bookmarks that kids can put into their books, but it's also they can plant it because there's seeds in it. So we'll have seeds for the library. So that's coming soon. Trees and shrubs are coming soon as we kind of get it coordinated through Public Works. But we will have trees and shrubs, and we will have a tree planting workshop so people will know how to plant their trees and shrubs. So that should be coming in October. So that's my report.
Thank you very much. All right, so even with our late start, we were able to get through our agenda. And we entertain a motion to adjourn.
One moment, please, may I? Please remind veterans and their families about the banners, $160. We want to try to get them put up in November for Veterans Day. So please call the third floor, 610-284-1606 for further information. Thank you.
All right, do we entertain a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.